Hello viewers. Today I would like to share with you summary of a wonderful book called The Courage to be Disliked. This book was written in Japanese language. Later on it was translated into English. I read the English version of that book. This is a wonderful book. The book is mainly about a conversation between a student and his teacher. The book is concept is that we humans since birth feel the inferiority, and how to overcome the inferiority. This book talks about that thing, that we are always looking for confirmation from others about our wisdom, about our intelligence, about our skills, and that some cases make us inferior, and throughout our life we do not have the courage to be disliked, while the path of happiness is following your own passion and having the courage to be disliked. So for those people who are not researchers, or maybe not regular readers, I do not know the theories in social science, I would just say that the book ends with the lesson that the teacher tells his student that imagine you have amnesia. Amnesia is a kind of disease which people have. They lose their memory. So he says that whatever inferiorities you have, imagine that you have forgot that you have these inferiorities, and then you behave whatever you remember, whatever you want to achieve in the future, whatever you want to achieve in the present, and then automatically you will be successful. Well, for the researchers, for those people who are PhD, or those people who know at least social science theories, I would say that this book is mainly based on Adler's personality theory. Adler was one of the most famous psychologists in 1900. He gave the personality theory. He was the first psychologist who gave the individualism based personality theory. As per the Adler's, that there are four personality theories. There are four personality types based on his theory. The first one is that the ruling personality. The type of kids are the type of people who push others, who have the energy, and in case of not getting the objectives they get sad. Some of the cases they become alcoholic, and they become kind of violent people in the society. These are the ruling personalities. And the other personalities, as per Adler, are the learners. Learners are those people who create a shell around them. They are dependent in most of the cases on the others, and they end up having depression and anxiety whenever in the difficulty. And the third type of the people, as per him, are the avoiders. The avoiders are those that who live in their own world. They are not that much social. They live life by escaping the hard truths, by facing the brutal truths. And the fourth ones are the social personality types, socially usable people. These are the perfect people for the society. As per him, they have the average energy, and they can they can also learn from the ruling people. They can also learn from the learners, and they also have the avoidance. They have a mixture of these personality traits. So what happens is that the book, through the conversations, the teacher teaches his student that how he can be a balanced person and be a valuable person in the society. So this is all. This is my summary of the book. This is what I learned from this book. I would recommend you to read this book, or if you do not want to read this book, you can read Adler's complete book on his personality theory, on his discoveries on psychology. Well, actually, Adler's, if we talk about the 20th century, Adler was mentioned in many research papers. However, Adler's personality and psychology is much better than the Freud's work. So Adler's some extent advanced the Freud's work. The Adler's work is at some extent, it has many flaws. It has some, discrepancies. It has some deficiencies, which you can find in my coming research books. Those of you who are interested to know about the psychology, you can read my books, you can read my research papers, these kind of aspects. However, the book is extremely important for those people who want to balance all these type of aspects. So it is not covering all the human personalities, but it is good to create a good personality particularly in the students, in the young people. Actually, Adler's work is based on the children. Adler's has kind of opinion that the first child, whenever born, gets the more attention of the parents. So he become pampered, and suddenly when the parents have the second child, then he feels that know his parents or her parents are ignoring him or her. So based on that, then he develop a personality of ruling, or some case in some cases in the learning personality. And then the middle child always fight with the firstborn, and then the last one becomes somehow conservative, and somehow feels inferiority more compared to the firstborn and the middleborn. And when left alone, most of the cases the last child feels inferior and become unable to do something very well in his life. So these kind of personalities, although has been proved, these kind of pattern has been proved through the history in the literature, but it is not like 100% sure. It's not like 100% scientifically valid. So this is just a theory. It has been confirmed in some cases. In some cases, its hypothesis has been rejected. However, this book is a wonderful, because the way the student conversate with his teacher, the story is that one his the students get bullied from his junior, and then he feels continuously all the time that I get bullied from a junior, and he feels ashamed, and he feels some kind of inferiority. And then teachers recommend him that you remember that you forgot all the past, you forgot everything what you have right now because of your previous experiences. Your current situation is suffering, so you have to get out from that phase, and you have to think about the future. And sometimes what happens is that in the book, the teacher taught his student that you are thinking about the past. Well, the people who interacted with you in the past do not think about it, because everyone is in his own life. So you have to have the courage to be disliked. This will happen just for few days, just for few hours, or maybe few months maximum. Otherwise, people do not care about that thing. You have to focus on your future. You have to focus on your past. You should have the courage to be disliked, and ultimately you will have a successful life. You will follow your own passion. Thank you so much. If you like this summary, please share it with your friends. If you have not subscribed my channel so far, please subscribe it. Thank you so much.